or good night, wherever in the world you're watching from. Hope you and your family is doing well. Hoping you're having yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. So one cup of coffee or tea, then I'll go. We see in the news where there's a lot of happenings from protesting all over the globe. Yesterday was MLK Day, so school was out. Although it's a national holiday, it's not a federal holiday. So people have to go to work. We see where the Ebenezer Baptist Church come alive. President take over Greenland. See where NATO and the European Union and allies start to send military going to Greenland to protect Greenland from the US. Do you think the president is bluffing? Or do you think the president is going to carry out the plan of taking over Greenland? You see, based on where Greenland is sit, it's an ideal location. So the president, weeks now, he be talking about taking over Greenland and sending the military, but Congress didn't approve it. But we all know how the president works. The Congress don't have to approve anything. Whatever the president said, that's how it goes. If the president say he's gonna take over Greenland, no one can stop him from taking over Greenland. Because he didn't get approval to go into Venezuela. And he went into Venezuela and captured Maduro, president of Venezuela. And we see what's happening right now in Venezuela. They have an uproar where people are marching in the streets. Some are for Maduro and some are for the opposition. So thanks for freedom. But freedom come at a price and at a cost. And a lot of life lost just for people to gain freedom. But wherever you're watching from, they say a 4.9 hurricane hit California. We don't know what's going on in the world, but there's a lot of happenings. Can't count it on our fingers every day. But the topic of the morning, what are your thoughts? Do you think the president gonna go into Greenland and start a war? Because now we say, hey, we ain't gonna give up that easily. But America been going into a lot of country and capturing and taking over their land for a long time. It's nothing new. It don't matter who is the president, whether Democrat or Republican, all of them is the same. You look, if you count how many countries U.S. military is in, you'll be like, why? It was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end. We're living in a time of war where all these leaders that think they can go into another country and just take over the country. And just say, hey, we can go into your country and you commit crime against America. So we're gonna come into your country and just take over your country. Sending jokes to us. Instead of you hold the people who are responsible, no, you're going on president. And then all the resources in the country, you just go and say, hey, we're taking the resource as well. So you have to do nothing with jokes. The bottom line is you have your resource in your country, then hey, we want it, we take it. Same thing happened in Haiti, same thing happened in Jamaica with the bauxites and aluminum, and in Cuba. So all these countries that you see America have a foothold in, they have resources. Once you have resources, then they're gonna come get it. And this president, he's bold. He's not hiding. He tell you, you have oil, we coming for the oil, and we're gonna take the oil. You have 300 how much billion barrel of oil? We're gonna take 50 million of it. And we're gonna sell it, and we're gonna make the revenue from it. There's nothing you can do about it. And the interesting part, people was like, yeah, thank you, Trump, for freeing our people. But do you think you're gonna be free? Do you think the Venezuelan people will be free? No, they're not going to be free. Because where are the revenues gonna come from for the country? The American government extract all your oil, sell it. Do you think you're gonna get any revenue from it? Because you say you're gonna take the revenue. So yes, you're free on one hand, but your country gonna be poorer. Because if there's no revenue coming in, what's gonna happen? You ain't gonna have no jobs. And your most resource in your country is oil. If the number one source is oil, and America take over the oil, selling the oil, they sell it, and no revenue coming in, what you think gonna happen to you and your family? It's gonna be worse. Now when you said Maduro was a dictator and ruling with an iron fist, and then on the other hand, you got to remember that Caracas, they bomb Caracas. So your infrastructure have to be rebuilt. And you see what happened with Iraq uh, and Libya and most of those countries, Yemen, that get bombed. You see what happened? They haven't rebuilt until now. Most of them is like a deserted place. So you are preaching freedom, but your country, where you look at your city, how beautiful your city are, before it get bombed. When it gets bombed, it's like, wow. I never know that my city was that beautiful. After I get bombed, then you pray to God that, hey, this is what freedom is. But as we continue to pray for peace in the world, hope our president and the leaders, they do the same. Although our president not negotiating with anyone. Let me tell you, we don't negotiate. He mimic you and then he just come in and capture. All because he got the military to do that. And then he gonna come on TV and boast like we take over Venezuela by snap of a finger, and within a couple of minutes it was all over. We have the technology and the capability that they've never seen before or witnessed before. That was some of the words that the president come and boast about on TV. Then he said, hey, we're going to have a meeting with all the oil presidents. Because we're going to go into Venezuela and we're going to take all the oil. Shortly after, I said, hey, these are the countries that need to be on the radar. Cuba, Greenland. And we know how it was floating around. Canada become the 51st state. Now you have Mark Carney, the Prime Minister of Canada. So he cut all ties with America and trade because of the tariff. So he said, hey, we're going to link with China. And they used to have 100 and something tariff between Canada and China. Oh, they said instead of the 100 and it's gonna be 6.5% tariff, and we're gonna need 49,000 electric cars over the next 5 or 10 years. So all those electric cars that used to come from America into Canada, it's not gonna happen anymore. So now when you could just drive over to Canada, you can't do that anymore. Because Mark Carney said, no, we ain't doing business with America anymore. We're cutting ties. So it used to be the three strong country. Used to be Canada, America, and Mexico. And we see we are under the first administration, Donald Trump say, hey, we ain't doing business like before. And now he changed the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. But Google not changing it. So it's still the Gulf of Mexico. But if you just start watching the live, what are your thoughts with US takeover Greenland? And what are your thoughts about MLK Day? Great civil rights icon. Speech from the mountaintop of Stone Mountain, Georgia, where they used to analyze black people. If you ever been to Georgia, then you will see the tallest mountain or hill in Atlanta, Georgia. But if you just start watching, we're discussing our president in the US of A, Donald J. Trump, stating that he wants Greenland, he's gonna take over Greenland. Norway said, no, you can't take over Greenland, because Greenland belongs to the people of Greenland. And it's not sitting well with NATO, because NATO said, no, you can't just take over Greenland like that. It's a sovereign country. I don't know. It don't seem like leaders sleep. It seems like leaders, they are good chess players, so they're always up playing chess. Just like Pinky and the Brain. What other country we gonna take over next? Are we gonna take over the world? And then they come in with propaganda, because they have the media to back them with their propagandists. Say, yeah, people are living in bondage because, it's a dictator running your country. It's like you said, the next country on the list is Cuba. So for 60 years, the people have been living in bondage. So we're going to free you. And we're going to bomb your infrastructure. And what happened after you bomb the infrastructure? You free the people. It's going to take 100 or 200 years before the country rebuilt. Then you'll be gonna like, yeah, it's a good thing. Look at this. This is what you encounter every morning. Somebody in the far left lane gonna try to exit, and you're gonna cut all the way over, cut off everyone, just to cause accident. This is how they drive in Atlanta. So every morning you will have 4 and 5 accidents, because everyone is late. No one left earlier or on time to reach on time. But what are your thoughts this morning? You leave it in the comment section down below. See where yesterday a lot of kids tore Atlanta, all because of Martin Luther King, the civil rights icon, who I have a dream that one day my black kids and the white kids will hold hands and walking down the street and free. But no, we ain't see that no more. We have segregation still in America. Where I was watching a YouTube video. I say he lived from Louisiana and live in Texas, and he never sees so much Confederate flags in all his life. He have never seen so much Confederate flags. That's another topic. They say since Donald Trump take over, those people are very bold. They are not hiding. They're showing their true color. They tell you what America is for the white man. And you see what happening. Once you're black in America, you got an accent. You're gonna be harassed by the police, or by ICE, or all different agents. Because I think once you are black, you are illegal alien. And that's what is happening right now in America. Once ICE pull you over, they're gonna ask you to show your paper. What paper do you need to show? If you have a driver's license, if you have a passport, if you are here illegally and you don't have an ID, then they're gonna take you in. As the law requires in America, you must always have an ID at all times. So if you leave home and you forgot your ID, that's a fine, and that's an offense. So everyone required to walk with an ID. And when you come onto that, they're not playing. You're gonna get a ticket. The police stop you and you can't present your ID. You're gonna get a ticket, because that's the law. Everyone required to walk with an ID. If you don't have a driver's license, then you walk with your passport or a government issue ID. A lot of places they don't accept your work ID because they say it's not a government ID. It's a beautiful morning. The temperature right now is 29 degrees, so it's below freezing. So if you happen to working outside, please put on a lot of clothing. As you could see, I'm driving on this street for about half of a mile, and you haven't seen anyone on the street. That to tell you how cold it is. Because normally every morning when it's warm, you'd see a lot of people walking. So you'd have to look out for them crossing the street, because they don't just cross at the weekend. To tell somebody that you love them. That may be the last word you tell somebody. Could be your co-worker, could be a family member, could be a friend, or it could be a loved one. Somebody late to work this morning, so they are speeding. But wherever you're watching from, you could just state what the weather like in the neck of your wood. What's the weather like? In the neck of your wood. In Atlanta, Georgia, it's 29 degrees, so it's below freezing. And we'll be having this cold front for days now. Since when? So Friday? Yeah. So driving without your lights. Guess you don't need light to drive in this dark. They say the high today is what? 41? So it's still gonna be a cold day. Yesterday I haven't been outside. I was off yesterday, so I was inside the whole time. Cause hey, when it's cold, I don't want to be outside. I wait till it warmed up, then I go outside. But never warmed up yesterday. I'm out see a lot of birds. I only see one bird yesterday. That to tell you how cold it was. Once the temperature is below freezing, you don't see the birds. And that's when I could tell that, hey, it's either gonna storm or it's gonna be cold. Because when it's cold, you don't see the birds. And I love to watch the birds. That's how Mother Nature tell you something is going to happen. But where are you watching from? I'm in the state of Atlanta, Georgia. It's in the A. But wherever you're watching from, thanks for watching. You all have a productive day and be safe. Remember that God is great, so just keep the faith. No matter what you're going through, tomorrow will be a better and a brighter day. Don't give up hope. So stay course. It will get better. Sure will. It sure will get better, as you could see. We only have 3 more years, or 2.5, yeah? 26, so we're going to have 2 more years. Yeah. 2 more years. That's what most people are singing and praying. But blessings to you and your family. I'm out of here. Until tomorrow morning, walk good and be safe. And remember to keep the faith. Tell somebody that you love them because you are loved by Tampa_1960 TV, where we keep you up with what's going on in the world. Blessing, more love, more life, more health, more wealth, and more strength as we continue to move forward for a new and a brighter and a better day. Blessings. Thanks for watching.